everyone, it's Travel Tips Tuesday again, and I'm still here in Venice, Italy. I want to explain a little about the trip I'm currently on. We did take a cruise from Venice, a 9-night cruise. We did Croatia and the Greek Isles, but I learned so many tips that I want to share with you about this trip. One, I already did a travel tip about the 3 days prior in the city before you leave. It was very important. I've done 2 nights. I've done 1 night. It made a huge difference to do 3 nights. 3 nights let us take our time, enjoy the city, and not at a fast pace where we're trying to get it all done in 1 day. Then I had other tips besides that, especially when you're going to Venice. Sometimes you can book private VIP transfers, and in Venice that's one of the times you should book this. Now you'll see these listed on your iGo platform under activities, or you can also refer to Xstream Travel to help you with these. They're so special, and not only did it make you feel like a VIP, but it made everything smooth and easy. And in Venice, that's important. You're picked up at the airport, and then you're taken on a van to the water taxi, where you're taken from the water taxi to the area of town. And because we weren't able to go directly to our hotel on the water taxi, we got out of the water taxi, followed our representative to our actual Airbnb that we stayed in, which took us on a little trail of walking, and not knowing the city, we would have never found the place. But it was VIP, meet and greet, from the beginning when we arrived at the airport all the way to our door, dropping us off at our Airbnb. Now those might look expensive, but you always get what you pay for, and these little things that you include that make the trip much easier, at ease, and just makes it go smooth, and they're important for the whole trip in general. So not only did we have that when we arrived, we had that going back to the ship, because again, we had to take the water taxi and then a regular car to take us to the ship, which made it a very smooth transition. And then we had that again when we got off the ship, which was just today. We got off the ship, took us to another B&B that we booked 1 night, because we couldn't fly out tonight. We have to have 1 more night. We would have never found the place without our greeter holding that sign up. And now this was all additional expense, but one of those additional expenses that's well worth you putting the money into to make your trip that much nicer. So don't forget about those little transfers and those little, how am I going to get here to here to here, because they can make a really big difference on how your trip goes overall. Now, not only is it important to use them for transfers, but when you go on a cruise ship, you can book shore excursions. And shore excursions are wonderful, but sometimes they're done with the cruise ship, where you may be in a group of, let's say, 30, 40 different people, or you can book private shore excursions. The same people that we booked the private transfers with, we have a party of 4 on this trip. We had private tours. For example, in Athens, we had a private tour. She picked us up after we got off the ship with a sign with our name on it, and took us to all the popular places there, had tickets already purchased for us. But most of all, at the Acropolis, for example, she knew how to get us through, no lines. We butt in front of everybody. She knew the secret paths, how to get here, how to go here, and she's a professional guide as well, very educated, and could tell us everything we ever thought we wanted to know. Now you can also book trips like this without a guide, and they may just drop you off. You have to buy your own tickets, you have to fight the lines, and you have to educate yourself, which isn't so easy sometimes, on the history about the place. So those private tours aren't that expensive, especially if you have a group of 4, 6 to 8. They get less expensive with the larger group, and it's definitely the way to do it. Every place we got a shore excursion, we did a private one for the 4 of us, where we had that extra special attention, and we didn't have to go with a bunch of people on a bus, and we had that professional guide with us. One day we even and you can alter your itinerary. One day we said, oh, we don't want to go back, the last part is shopping, we want to try baklava. the dessert. Take us to the local place to find that dessert. We go to the local place and had the best ever we've ever had. A memory we'll always remember. And then there was a time we were in Santorini. It was so hot that day that we said, let's skip the inn here. We want to go back and shop at this one place. Just take us here. Let's skip these 2 beaches we were going to go to and go straight back to shopping. They work at your pace, what you want to do, which is really, really good too, because you may change your mind and you don't have to follow the group of 40 to 45 other people. You get to make those decisions as you go along. So these are really good tips when you're booking your cruises. And there's some ports you want to do your research that you don't have to necessarily have an excursion at all. You can just get off and take a taxi or just stay at the port and just do stuff in that area. If it's one of those ports, that doesn't really mean you have to go outside of the port to see the really cute, important, or historical things. So that's a little bit about the shore excursions. The trip was wonderful. The cruise was wonderful.